What's going on, everyone? Gilman with the Wellthy Stocks back with another NIO update video, ticker symbol NIO, where we take a look at how NIO stock traded today, key levels of support and resistance that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think NIO stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on NIO are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me go ahead and hit record, and we will get right into it. Crazy green day for NIO stock. We are up 17.5%, which is about $6 a share. We are up another $1 in the after hours, which puts us close to 20% green on the day. So great price action for NIO. Although 20% sounds great, we have to understand the red days that we had. We pretty much covered the 3 red days that we had. Not to say it's not a great move. It's still a great move, but I want to kind of keep things give ourselves a reality check, right? Because on the down, a 10% move is a bigger down day than a 10% move on a green up day. Let me know if that didn't make sense and I can explain it. But assuming that did, let's take a look at what could be going on. So what I'm gonna look at here is I'm gonna take a look here. So this was for Tesla. The overall market, right, and the growth stocks and tech stocks rebounded today, and there could be a couple potential reasons why. And I don't know if any of them are the exact reason, but maybe they helped it. So I want to look at a couple of them. The first one being, the bond yields were down to about 1.55%, which is down from 1.6%. So that was great news. Right, that was definitely something that a lot of people were worried about with inflation and bond yields. So maybe that had something to do with it. The other thing was that the House is planning on taking up the 1.9 trillion coronavirus bill by tomorrow, or on Wednesday, on tomorrow. And so we get that vote, but also we knew that ahead of time, so it wasn't like a surprise that pushed the market up today. The interesting article that I read today, though, was that a lot of people are planning on using at least a part of their stimulus check, if not a big part, to put into the stock market, right? So you take a look at 18 to 24 year olds, they're planning on putting 40%, 35 to 54 year olds are planning to put 37%, and the over 55 is putting 16%. So if you add all that up, that could be $150 billion flowing into the stock market over the next couple of weeks as people start to get their stimulus checks, assuming that they go through, in the next couple of days, and the House votes on it tomorrow. So $150 billion, massive inflow into the stock market. That could definitely be something that pushes it up. So let's take a look at what we have coming up, how NIO stock traded, or what the future levels of support and resistance look like, and based on that, what we think it'll do. So what we saw yesterday was we ended the day in the mid 30s. Definitely not a great day for NIO. We were pushing down. And if we go here, a little gap up puts us above this 35.82 level. And so we pushed up to our 38.54 level. As you could see, right, it did take a little breather there for about a couple minutes, pushed up and then came right back down and then pushed towards our 40.72 level. Now, what you'll see here is this level actually got validated really nicely because we kept bouncing back towards it. Bounce, go up and then bounce again, right? So this 40.72 level here over the course of like this is probably like an hour and a half, right? Let's take a look. 11:30 to about 1 o'clock. Yeah, hour and a half. All we were doing is hitting up against that, but not going below it, which is great. Then we pushed up to 42.08, about 30 cents below our next level. And then we kind of settled into the close. So great movement by NIO there. Went above a couple of our levels, validated a couple levels for us. We were above VWAP. Nice movement and continuing to push up, hitting that 42.40s level in the after hours. So on the daily chart, we are finally out of the oversold area. If previous trends are any indication, we keep going from here, but who knows? I want to take a look at what NIO stock could do next. Then I want to take a look at what the overall market could do next to see, are we done selling off or do we see more of that coming up, right? So the first level that we have to go above, you guys, is this 42.38 level that we're hitting up in the after hours. And then after that, it sets us up for the mid 44s, 44.58, and then 46.23 is the next level after that, right? So again, on the upside, looking at 42.38, then 44.58, then 46.23, and then 47.34. So those are kind of the four levels. They're not too far away from each other, but they are levels that we've gotten rejected from before or had trouble breaking. So I want to point that out. First level obviously is this 42.38. On the downside, we've got the 40.71 that we validated a couple times today. So I mean, I feel pretty comfortable at that level right now, assuming we don't see downward pressure in the overall market. That $40.70 level should hold. Then 38.53 and then 35.81. Hopefully we don't go beyond that again, but if we do, 31.94, right? So the real level I'm looking at for support is 40.71. If we keep falling due to market pressure or profit taking, 38.53 or 35.81. Look, we are up nicely in a day, you guys. I'm gonna hide all these drawings. We made up the loss for the past 3 days. We got rejected at the 8 EMA, which I don't like, but you know, with the amount we're up today, I'm not really complaining too much. The key thing here though, and I said this about some of my other stocks that I'm looking at too, my goal for NIO, my first goal for NIO is this 46.50, this number right here, 46.50 level, which is the 89 exponential moving average, because that to me is kind of a great level of support, that last level of support that a stock hopefully typically would not drop below, but if it does, I'm looking for it to recapture that. So that's my first goal. Obviously in that, it needs to go above the 8 EMA, not get rejected, and then push towards the 89 EMA. So my goal for this week in the next 3 days would be 46.50. That is a bit ambitious. It implies about a 18 to 20% move up. So maybe it doesn't happen this week, but that's still kind of what I'm hoping for, what I'm cheering for. Understand that we are up almost 20% today, you guys. So a little bit of pullback and profit taking could happen. It's healthy for the stock, nothing to worry about. So maybe we see a little bit of a dip down to 40 and then push up, maybe even beyond that and then push up. Again, RSI is at 38.93, so we are getting out of the oversold zone, which is always great to see. Let's take a look at the QQQs. I'll share what I see there, and then I'll take a look at the S&P 500 and share what I see there, and then we will, be done with the video. So let me first and foremost share what I was talking about yesterday and how that kind of fares today. So yesterday I mentioned that, we were hitting up right at this 300 mark. And the reason I said it was important was because back in September, here in mid-October and mid-November, we were hitting up against that. So it took us 3 times and about 3.5 months before we could break above that level, right? Or 2.5 months. And now that we're above that, I don't want us to get below that level again, because it gives us run room down to kind of the 294s and then 288 on the QQQs, which is a ETF. So all the stocks within it would, as a result, be falling if that were to happen. And then once we get below that, I don't want us to, be hitting against it a couple of times to break through. That being said, the other thing I'm looking at is this 89 EMA. Again, it's always the 89 EMA, right? But we were getting hit. We were hitting up against it, but couldn't go above it. Today is the first day that we've gone above it. So I think it's really crucial that now we hold above it. So we hold the 309.48 and establish that as a solid base before we start pushing up. We do have a lot of run room up to go, but I want to make sure that we kind of adhere to these support levels rather than going these massive ups and massive downs. And then with the S&P 500, which again is a really good indicator of the overall market, QQQ is one for the overall tech sector, but the S&P 500 is for the overall market. So in that, as you can see from today's candle, actually, let me cover the hourly chart. Good news is that S&P could potentially be out of this downtrend that we had seen over the past few weeks. So we were hitting up, come down, hit up, come down, hit up. And over time, we're making lower highs, which means we're, kind of going down over time. Today, we finally broke above this line. So I'm hoping that if we were to go down again, we bounce off of this trend line here. So on the daily chart, what am I seeing? We're currently at 387, a nice 1.5% gain on the day, but got rejected at the 390, right? Got rejected here last week and the week before at 390s as well. So that 390 might be a tough point for us to break. And then if we can break 390, as you can see from kind of 4 candles over here, the 392 level would be hard to break as well. So 390 and 392 are two levels coming up on the S&P 500, which seem to be pretty difficult to break. So it might take a little bit of momentum to go through. We might still push up just a little bit slowly at these levels and see if we can get through. But those are levels that I'm watching for. The reason I point these out is because ultimately, if the market is not going to do well, if the market's not going to be able to make past 390, then a lot of the stocks that I look at also will not be able to make it past kind of the support and resistance levels that I talk about. So something to keep in mind if you are trading this week. Hope you guys had a great trading day today. I definitely made up for some of the losses yesterday for me. So great kind of Tuesday after a terrible Monday. Hope you guys are all feeling the same way. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Don't forget to trade small, scale in and out of your positions. That's all I have for you guys today. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day. And until next time.